Another day, another round of storms across central Arkansas. Take a look at this. West Little Rock, we've got severe weather knocking trees down just a little bit ago.
Yeah, we're still under a weather impact alert as the potential for more severe weather is on the way. And we're going to get right to it. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jurnee Taylor.
And I am Rolly Hoyt, and that is Chief Meteorologist Tom Brennan. Tom, give us the latest.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the second round of thunderstorms that we've talked about this afternoon is now in the state. Severe thunderstorm warnings beginning to light up, especially in western Arkansas. Yeah, we continue the weather impact alert for a little while longer. And an update to the tornado watch that includes most of Arkansas until 1 o'clock in the morning. There you go. Severe thunderstorm warning issued not long ago in northwest Arkansas for these counties, Johnson, Pope, Newton, and Searcy counties. Wind is going to be the biggest factor here, although you can't rule out some hail. Severe thunderstorm warning there for Logan County, Scott counties in west central Arkansas, and then in southwest Arkansas, there's another severe thunderstorm warning with that cell that was tornado warned near McCurtain County, Oklahoma. That's moving to the southeast. For the rest of us, we are seeing an uptick in some development this evening. A cold front is going to help to drive this second line through, not before though, possibly providing us with more severe weather, more tornado warnings tonight. We do have a tornado watch for most of Arkansas now till 1 o'clock, but I don't think it's going to last that long. Counties will be allowed to expire after the front moves through your area. 4 northwesternmost counties under a severe thunderstorm watch tonight. Real quick, for those of you that have burning interest, burn bans are beginning to disappear. Actually, that's kind of weird the way that popped up. That was not where I wanted it to be, but we'll mention it because it's important. A lot of people want to get out and burn trash, but let's wait a while. We've got to get through the round of thunderstorms coming up. More in your forecast is on the way. Back to you.
You're just looking at the silver lining, right, Tom? Yep. As the storms pass through, we are keeping an eye on the power outages across the state. A lot of them right here in Pulaski County. We see several down in what looks like Hot Spring County there, and of course Stone County among those that are without power at this hour.
People living south of Mountain View had a late night because of those storms. Stone County Judge Stacy Avey tells us crews have been assessing tornado damage today and found about 10 houses with roof damage and trees down on county roads. As of now, all roads are back open, but he says the priority, of course, getting power back on. With cleanup underway, experts say homeowners should know what damage is covered. Hail can come in different shapes and different sizes, and the damage it causes also varies as well, even though the process isn't always fun. One insurance broker we spoke to says the price of coverage is nothing compared to what could be if you lose it without it.
For whatever you pay for a home policy, $1,000, $1,200, $2,000, than $400,000 for a house that you don't have anymore, right? Not to mention all the things that are inside of it.
If you still need to get insurance, he adds that wind and hail damage are the 2 big ones to get coverage on here in the state of Arkansas.
Well, a startling announcement at the monthly Pine Bluff School Board meeting. A cyber thief has managed to steal $3.2 million by a phishing email scam. The FBI is investigating, and so is THV11's Maya Ellison. She spent today getting details on what went on.
In the interest of transparency, I want to inform our community of a serious cybersecurity incident that impacted the Pine Bluff School District.
Pine Bluff School District Superintendent Dr. Jennifer Barbary is breaking her silence after a cyber attack that cost the district millions. According to district officials, the incident happened back in December. In a statement, and now confirmed during a board meeting, officials say a wire transfer of more than $3.2 million was processed for what staff believe was a legitimate invoice tied to construction of the new Pine Bluff High School.
The company had sent the invoice for construction services rendered, but the company had not requested the invoice to be paid via a wire transfer.
Instead, officials say hackers gained access to a district email account and inserted fraudulent wiring instructions into what appeared to be a normal email thread, a type of scam known as a business email compromise.
Fraudulent wiring instructions were later introduced in the same email thread through a phishing scheme designed to closely mimic authentic communications.
The district says that's when leaders contacted the FBI and its banking institution, launching a federal investigation.
We were directed to maintain strict confidentiality. Sharing details publicly at this time could have been compromised the investigation and potentially hindered efforts to recover the funds by law enforcement.
I stopped by the district's administrative center. District leaders declined an on-camera interview, citing the ongoing investigation. I also reached out to East Harding Construction, the company connected to the project. So far, we have not received a response. Now, district officials say they expect to recover a substantial portion of the money as the investigation nears completion.
Just last week, we were encouraged that within the next 2 weeks, the recovery of funds would be available, would be back in our bank.
But questions still remain.
That we couldn't know as a board,
I was told not to speak about it,
even to the board.
that it would be compromised because at the time we didn't know where the money was and who did it. And we still don't know who did it.
And district officials say new safeguards have been put in place to prevent future cyber attacks. In Pine Bluff, Maya Ellison, THV 11 News.
All right, thank you, Maya. Well, meanwhile, another roadblock to plans to build a private Christian school over in Benton. Developers have been trying to rezone property just off I-30 across from the future Buc-ee's. The would-be administrators say there is demand in that part of Saline County, but the head of the Benton Public Schools spoke for many who oppose it.
When land is developed into residential, apartments, businesses, that increases local tax base and strengthens school funding. Schools, including private schools, do not pay property taxes. So that type of development does not contribute in the same way.
The school will be less than a mile from the recently built Mountain View Elementary and Middle Schools. The council rejected last night's rezoning request, a vote of 5-3. The group behind the school telling THV 11 they're disappointed, but don't plan to fight it.
It's crunch time at the state capitol as the fiscal session starts to tick down. The $6.8 billion budget has been approved, but several funding items have been chopped for now. And that includes a compromise plan to bolster funding for Arkansas TV that supporters hope will allow PBS programming to continue in the state. The bill would have cleared the way for the state to match part of a $3 million private donation that would have covered the PBS dues. It fell 4 votes short of the required 75 needed to pass the House today, but it can be taken up again and is indeed on the schedule for tomorrow.
Governor Sanders spoke this morning on Arkansas Impact Day, a day set aside to celebrate state retailers. The event is hosted by the Arkansas Grocers and Retail Merchants Association and brings retailers from the state together to meet with lawmakers and discuss issues impacting their businesses. Organizers say it's a chance to highlight workforce challenges, regulations, and overall economic climate. The governor says retailers are what communities always count on.
They're some of the very first people that respond in moments of crisis. And it's what makes this partnership so much more important than just a business relationship. It's not just about growing revenues, while we love that and it's important. It's the way that people in our state take care of each other.
The day is held each year to help strengthen the relationships between Arkansas businesses and state leaders. And then, as the fiscal session shuts down, lawmakers are planning to shut out an annual tradition.
Yeah, they are taking sides in a dispute over deadlines. The annual Girls State Conference won't include dozens of high school students who organizers say didn't sign up in time. THV 11's Tanya Motorzitsky reports on the political arm twisting to get that changed.
Arkansas students interested in politics look forward to summer programs like Girls State.
It's life-changing for the girls that attend, and there's only 1 year that they can go to Girls State after their junior year.
But for at least 150 girls, that opportunity is now out of reach, according to State Senator Breanne Davis.
Not because they made a mistake, but because their counselors made an honest mistake.
Davis says that honest mistake is now leading the American Legion Auxiliary to stand firm on deadlines school counselors missed to complete paperwork on time. Something she says is unusual.
For years in the past, that Girls State and Boys State both extend their deadlines for people to meet the requirements and meet the application deadline. So we're just trying to really force the conversation.
During this fiscal session, lawmakers filed a resolution to bar Girls State from using House and Senate chambers, hoping to push the auxiliary to extend deadlines.
They just have no plans to make any changes.
In a Facebook post from last week, the American Legion Auxiliary said deadlines are necessary to plan for the summer and added, failure to adhere to these required timelines directly resulted in some qualified applicants being unable to attend the Girls State program this year. This outcome is deeply regrettable, particularly given the life-changing impacts the program can have on its participants. The Post goes on to say deadlines is critical to maintaining the integrity and operational feasibility of the program. In Little Rock, Tanya Motorzitsky, THV 11 News.
All right, Tanya, thank you. And she did reach out to the American Legion Auxiliary to talk to them and get a comment, but we have not heard back. Still to come here at 6, another installment of Saluting Heroes. We'll meet the retired sailors trying to help current day sailors as they head out to sea in our namesake sub.
Well, the last batch of strong to severe thunderstorms now in western Arkansas. Those storms are moving to the east-southeast. Do need to point out a new tornado warning has been issued for Howard and Sevier counties. Now, if that warning gets extended into Pike counties, we'll have to break into programming for that. Coming back after the break, we'll try to give you an idea of when this stormy weather comes to an end and some better weather comes our way.